The Buffalo Unity Project is an annual event that takes place with the Poplar Middle School in Poplar, Montana. This project consists of different presenters and knowledge keepers that come into the school over a 2-week time span and share their teachings in respective crafts with the students. The Buffalo Unity Project ends with the students participating in a buffalo hunt. One of the presenters that come and share is Taj Jelen.
You certainly can. So the idea is always like to be able to do it one more time if you want.
Taj shares the art of poetry and spoken word, which empowers the students in creative ways to express their truth. The students then create, write, and audio record their work.
I want to always be myself. To do this, I have to love myself.
When I see bison, I think of nature and culture.
Many of our ancestors had to fight for their land and children.
Our culture is sacred. Our feelings express ourselves.
I will connect with my ancestors who never lost their spirit.
The buffalo is the second animal to the natives. I love my culture. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm very proud of it.
Respect isn't just something you earn, it's something you learn. The buffalo is a part of our culture.
The importance of the buffalo to Native people is, that was our lifeline. That was our survival. And so to be kind of reconnected to that is very important. It strengthens us culturally, spiritually, and physically as well. To learn about the process of why we use the buffalo, what it was for, what our ancestors did with it, and I think when we get that value, we get that value inside our heart, it just helps us move forward and helps us to preserve, our culture and want to preserve it. When you get that knowledge of, what things are meant for, are the stories that are connected, you want to share those things with one another. What I taught when I was here was just a little bit about my journey as an artist, and try to relay the message of knowing your value, as a Native artist, and whatever you create, whether it's art, painting, making music, is as a Native person, the value is already, heightened. And so in our society, that's what, like Hollywood and, mainstream society, they're looking for something that has value and connection. And so I try to relay that message of, we are already born into that as Native people. What I'd like the students to leave with my visit here is probably that message of knowing your worth. Respect. Honor. Kindness. Love. So as Native people, we always start off in a good way. So that's what I hope that they get is like, you're valuable and priceless.
One of our creation stories involves the buffalo. When we came out of Wind Cave, we witnessed the buffalo, and the leader of the buffalo sacrificed his life for our people to live. So because of the buffalo, we're still here. Our people are still here. And the buffalo almost were extinct at one time as our people, but we're still thriving. The buffalo are still thriving. We as people are still thriving on this earth. And I wanted to share that with the kids today, that how much the buffalo mean to us, with the clothing, the housing, the utensils that it provided, but also the way of life that they lived. Our people, when the boys were 12 years old, they would go on their first hunt, and they would take that heart and they would take a bite of that heart, and everything that buffalo had in it the fearlessness, the strongness, the compassion for the children. All of those traits in that buffalo, when we take a bite of that heart, those traits come inside of us. I asked them all before we started, I said, if I had a buffalo heart here and I offered you all a piece of it, would you take a bite? Every single one of them said no. They all said no. After I got done talking to them and teaching them about what different things mean and what the buffalo did for our people, before the class was done, I asked them again. I said, if I had a buffalo heart right now, I said, would you guys take a bite? And every one of them raised their hand. They said, heck yeah, I would. Heck yeah, I want to take a bite of buffalo heart right now. So just that little bit shows me that they're learning and that they're going to apply it to their life. And that's the goal as older people, especially with this way of life, is to pass these teachings and these traditions onto the younger generation through oral history and experience. And that's how our way of life is going to live.
My assignment was to bring out the knowledge that I have as an artist and sort of a reporter regarding what we know as winter counts. Winter count is simply a way of communication, and it was up to an individual, either chosen by the people or volunteering themselves to be what would be called the annual reporter, by picking out one important instance in the year. I was blessed and honored to be chosen to do the first modern winter count on this buffalo robe for a particular group and as an educational tool. And it depicts the return of the buffalo to the Fort Peck Reservation after 144 years of absence. I used a lot of color, and I used language and letters on there, words, and I used dates, because that's the way to depict what was the one important issue or one important thing that happened regarding the buffalo. And I started back in 1887 when the last buffalo was hunted on this reservation, and I depicted that. And then there were no more buffalo on the reservation, so I jumped to the year 2000, where we started planning for the return of the buffalo. So I have a heavy responsibility that I take on humbly, and I'm very I'm thankful that they asked me to do this. And I'll continue to do it as long as I have the abilities. So that's what I did here.
Awesome.
The Buffalo Unity Project was unique this year in the fact that the Poplar students were able to travel to Fort Belknap Reservation to do their buffalo hunt. In exchange, the Harlem students came down to the Fort Peck Reservation for their buffalo hunt. Some of the students were able to participate in a pipe ceremony. And different people came to help and assist with the protocols and teachings that come with taking a life.
He's going to pray for that spirit to go over to the Creator in a good way. He's going to thank.
And to start to gain some of that understanding about the connection we still share with the buffalo. Some of these experiences these children will carry for a lifetime.
Take a look at the compass. Why? Let me keep it honest. I'm as ambitious as the next one who wants to accomplish what? A life that is beautiful, dreaming. I'm receiving blessings in every direction. North and south, east and west, and ain't no regression. I stay grinding, striving for perfection. That's right. Constantly learning lessons. So if you want the life, I think you better go and get it. Get it, get it. Love is a gift that you give it to me. Love is a practice, I'll always
seeing the students as holders, keepers, and carriers of knowledge. One of the things that I asked them to talk about was what would their ideal school look like, and what's something, how would they change education? And these kids told me, and something's going right here, because these kids told me that I wish school was longer. And I said, well, longer in the day or longer in the summer? Yeah, longer in the day and longer in the summer. And one kid said, well, could we work here? Right? All of a sudden, you know, they're taking pride in where they're at and what they're doing, and they want to contribute back into their community. And I see that as kind of an old school thing. So that's something that, like I said, they taught me. Not that I taught them, but I would want them to remember their community values, the things that they're taught from their families.
We're gonna show them how it's done, all right? On the count of 3, make some noise. 1, 2, 3, go!
Know the weather will get colder, that it can't always be spring. And when I pushed you in a stroller, you were looking up, singing life like a church hymn. You are gonna find your place, child. Of that much I know, I'm sure. Keep on laughing at the rain, I guess. Isn't that the place to start? Someday you will be stronger than you are now, but you will not know everything. And when the water's spilling over the bow, you'll still have me in the wings. You gotta get up to get down, kid. You gotta get down to get up again. You gotta get up to get down, kid. You gotta get down to get up again.